I know it's hard for people to listen to me. It's hard to listen to a black man be unapologetically black. Speak this freely without having the least bit of concern of how someone feels. Not worried about losing subscribers or being canceled. Makes enough money in his work boots to not have to wear tap shoes. Not humble himself before another man. It's hard, I know. It makes others uncomfortable. America likes their black men quiet, humble, accommodating, unsure of themselves. Listen, man, I know why you don't want your sons listening to me. They might actually believe they can achieve something. They might look at themselves as being enough. They might not see their worth in a dollar amount. They might start judging their value as a man by how much they can do for their community. They might look at their skin color and be thankful. Hell, they might look at a black woman and say, damn, you're beautiful. I get it, man. I really do. I know why y'all don't want these women listening to me. Because they might start to see behind that muscle, behind that salary, behind that sports car, behind that designer, and see missing pieces. They might hear what you should sound like. They might see the gaps in your leadership. I know, because I used to be the same way. I used to be that weak leader, letting my wife make the final call on major decisions instead of making the decision that needed to be made. I used to be that man that cared more about looking like I had money rather than being financially stable. I used to be that man that was easily triggered. I used to be that man afraid to speak out on things that I knew were clearly wrong. Y'all listen to me and y'all think I've been this way forever. Why do y'all think I idolized Malcolm? Because I heard a speech and I was stuck? No, because I read about who he was and the changes he made to become who we know him as. The type of changes we all can make in our communities will be better for it. The type of changes I made in my own life. I told y'all if you would have met me 4 years ago, you would have met a different person. A person that wasn't 100% comfortable in their skin. But today, you will never catch me running from my skin tone. Never catch me running from my people. Never catch me running out of my community. Never catch me running from the culture. You will only see me trying to improve it. One issue at a time. They say if you tell a lie long enough, it becomes the truth. Well, we've been conditioned so long to look at ourselves as less than that we believe it. This is why there's that crabs in a bucket mentality that runs rampant amongst us. We love keeping each other down. Keeping brothers and sisters from reaching new heights because we don't believe we can personally achieve them. Hold on, where you going, man? Come on, get back down here. What you thought? But as someone once stated, we tend to forget that a bucket is not a crab's natural habitat. I fully understand why some may say there's a need for us to get out of the United States. They see America as being the proverbial bucket for black crabs. And sometimes someone has to be placed elsewhere to know they are free. I just don't share the same opinion. I see this as being the bucket. Because see, you can't just place someone elsewhere. They have to make that decision on their own. You make decisions up here. Do y'all know how many black people don't even know they're free? I mean, motherfuckers literally have a passport that allows them access to almost anywhere in the world. And they'll still claim they're being oppressed when they can get up and go at any second. It's black people in different countries right now that can't even enjoy the experience because their mind is trapped here. There are black people like Brother Shatelko, Ashley in Africa, Austin Holloman, who speak and show what life is like in other countries. And there are black people here who desire that life, but will make up an excuse for why they cannot achieve what those people have. We have to unlearn the lie that we know is truth and tap into what is actually true. Let's look at what is true. There are nations all across this world with great cities, rich history, astonishing architecture, deep culture. Every time you open your eyes, you bear witness to the power and ingenuity of man. A man with 2 arms, 2 legs that breathes and bleeds the same as every other man on this earth. That means we are capable of achieving just as much, if not more, than any man, past or present, that has ever walked this bitch. And every time we fix our mouth to say we can't do something, we make a mockery of man. We're making ourselves second-rate citizens. I mean, why would any man look at another as being greater than himself? We can do anything if we put the effort into doing it. The very first step when it comes to achieving something is thinking of it in the first place. The very next step is believing we can achieve it. Y'all can't place y'all fears on me. I'm not afraid of the shit that make y'all tremble. I will not apologize for wanting to see my people flourish in every aspect of life. I won't apologize for wanting to see black men and women together, making black babies, raising them in healthy black households. I won't apologize for wanting to see someone who looks like me show up when I dial 911. Yeah, I want my cousin to show up when I need police. I want T. Mitch hopping off that fire engine. I want Keisha showing up when I need medical attention. And I want Tyrone operating on me if the issue is severe. There is no one sitting at any meaningful table in this world representing the interest of black people in America. Y'all understand that, right? When the Republicans meet when the Democrats meet, when the House meets when the Senate meets, when they come together as Congress and meet, when the Vice President and President meets, when the UN meets, when the G7 meets, when the BRIC nations meet, they are not there to discuss our issues and how to eradicate them. They are there to discuss what's best for their country and their people. Black people, hear me clearly when I say this. No one is coming to save us. Whatever we want, we're going to have to do it for ourselves. The world has had several chances to step up and show black people in America that they give a fuck about us. The world has declined every single time. Not one ship, not one submarine, not one jet, not one tank, not one platoon, not one soldier from any other country has fired a single round for the liberation of black Americans. The world said, you're on your own. The same thing they're saying to Palestinians today. Y'all better wake the fuck up. We have a chance to pull ourselves together without conflict, and we still won't do the simple shit that's needed to do that. Not that we can't. We simply choose not to. Those are just some thoughts that I had written down for a while that I wanted to express. Now, if the rest of you will allow it, I would like to address my dear brother, Shatelko. Brother Shatelko, I have no choice but to concede that when it comes to black Americans as a collective, there is no we, no us, and no black community. I have seen enough. Not only have I seen enough, but if I had to guess, there's been at least 100 times over the life of this channel where someone has commented directly to me that they have left the community, etc. Now, as far as this changing my mind on out migrating, it doesn't even come close to doing that. I understand their strength in numbers. Why would I endorse the very thing that made our communities weak in the first place? Now, obviously, I don't have a problem with yourself or any other black person migrating outside of the country. I think y'all are doing important work, giving us a presence around the world. I just don't see it as being necessary for black Americans. Now, I understand you believe in the talented 10th theory, but I come from the bottom 10th, the people that are overlooked, left behind, the people on the receiving end of the you don't belong here stares. Those are the people that are in need of my messages. Whether or not a youngster stumbles upon my page himself or one of his uncles stumbles upon my page and then pass the message down to him. That's the importance of it. Let me close by asking you this as it pertains to your Titanic reference. Because see, the Titanic never had enough lifeboats for everyone on board. Are you telling me that the world has enough lifeboats for every one of us? Or do they just have enough lifeboats for the 10% of us that you're concerned with? Subscribe to the channel, man.